Hi, Stewart family. Welcome to the second day of our reading challenge. Today, I am reading with a buddy, and my buddy is Robert.
Hello.
So, today we're going to read a really funny book. It should be interesting. It is called The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales.
This is one of my favorites, Ronald.
So, Robert's going to read to us first.
Okay.
Chicken Lickin'.
So once upon a time, Chicken Lickin' was standing around when a piece of something fell on her head. She wasn't the brightest thing on two legs, so she started running around in circles clucking, "The sky is falling! The sky is falling! We must tell the president!" Chicken Lickin' ran to her friend Ducky Lucky and clucked, "Ducky Lucky! Ducky Lucky! The sky is falling! The sky is falling! We must tell the president!" "Let's go!" quacked Ducky Lucky. Chicken Lickin' and Ducky Lucky ran to their friend Goosey Lucy and yelled, "Goosey Lucy, Goosey Lucy, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. We must tell the president." "Let's go," honked Goosey Lucy. Chicken Lickin', Ducky Lucky, and Goosey Lucy ran to their friend Cocky Locky and yelled, "Cocky Locky, Cocky Locky, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. We must tell the president." "Let's go," yelled Cocky Locky.
Do you want to see the picture?
Oh, yeah. And this is an ugly Chicken Little.
Chicken Lickin'.
Or Chicken Lickin'. Wait a minute, cried Jack the narrator. "I forgot the table of contents." "Hey, you're not in this story," said Chicken Lickin'. "I know," said Jack the narrator, "but I came to warn you. The table of contents is..." "The sky is falling, the sky is falling," clucked Chicken Lickin'. "We must tell the president." So Chicken Lickin', Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, Cocky Locky ignored Jack the narrator and ran off to catch a plane to Washington. Just outside the airport, they met Foxy Loxy. "Foxy Loxy, Foxy Loxy, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. We must tell the president," yelled Chicken Lickin', Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Cocky Locky. "Well, come with me," said Foxy Loxy. "I know a shortcut to the airport." Foxy Loxy led Chicken Lickin', Ducky Lucky, Goosey Lucy, and Cocky Locky to his cave. He didn't get to eat them, though, because Chicken Lickin' was almost right. The sky wasn't falling.
Oh,
yeah. The table of contents was, and it fell and squashed everybody. The end. That was interesting.
It was a tricky story. I made sure to give him the tricky one. All right, this one is called The Princess and the Bowling Ball. Once upon a time, there was a prince, and this prince's dad and mom, the king and queen, somehow got it into their royal heads that no princess would ever be good enough for their boy unless she could feel a pea through 100 mattresses. So, it should come as no surprise that the prince had a very hard time finding a princess. Every time he met a nice girl, his mom and dad would pile 100 mattresses on top of a pea and then invite her over to sleep. When the princess came down for breakfast, here's a picture for you. Sorry, blocking Robert's face. When the princess came down for breakfast, the queen would ask, "How did you sleep, dear?" The princess would politely say, "Fine, thank you," and the king would show her the door. Now, this went on for 3 years, and of course, nobody ever felt the pea under 100 mattresses. Then, one day, the prince met the girl of his dreams. He decided he better do something about it. That night, before the princess went to bed, the prince slipped his bowling ball under 100 mattresses. When the princess came down for breakfast the next morning, the queen asked, "How did you sleep, dear?" "This might sound odd," said the princess, "but I think you need another mattress. I felt like I was sleeping on a lump as big as a bowling ball." The king and queen were satisfied. The prince and princess were married, and everyone lived happily though maybe not completely honestly, ever after. The end. All right. The Really Ugly Duckling is up next, and I'm going to read this one to you too. So before we start reading, I think you need to see this picture. Once upon a time, there was a mother duck and a father duck who had 7 baby ducklings. The 7th was a really ugly duckling. Everyone used to say, "What a nice-looking bunch of ducklings." All except that one. Boy, he's really ugly. The really ugly duckling heard these people, but he didn't care. He knew that one day he would probably grow up to be a swan and be bigger and look better than anything in the pond. Well, as it turned out, he was just a really ugly duckling, and he grew up just to be a really ugly duck. The end.
The Other Frog Prince. I'll show you the picture and then I'll go back. Once upon a time, there was a frog. One day, while he was sitting on his lily pad, he saw a beautiful princess sitting by the pond. He hopped in the water, swam over to her, and poked his head out of the weeds. "Pardon me, O beautiful princess," he said in his most sad and pathetic voice. "I wonder if you could help me." The princess was about to jump up and run, but she felt sorry for the frog with a sad, pathetic voice. So she asked, "What can I do to help you, little frog?" "Well," said the frog, "I'm not really a frog, but I'm a handsome prince who was turned into a frog by a wicked witch's spell. And the spell can only be broken by the kiss of a beautiful princess." The princess thought about this for a second, then lifted the frog from the pond and kissed him. "I was just kidding," said the frog. He jumped back in the pond, and the princess wiped the frog slime off her lips. The end.
Oh, that was not very nice.
That was my favorite.
That one's your favorite?
I like that one so far.
Okay, we're going to go to the next one, which is Cinderella Stiltskin, or The Girl Who Really Blew It. So, yeah. Oh, here is the picture. I'm going to read it to you. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella who lived with her wicked stepmother and two ugly stepsisters. These step relatives were not only wicked and ugly, but they also made Cinderella clean the house every day. One day, the local prince announced that he would be holding a fabulous ball at his castle. Everyone was invited. The stepmother and stepsisters got all dressed up to go, but as usual, they made Cinderella clean the house, so she didn't have time to get ready. After the stepmother and stepsisters left for the ball, Cinderella sat down and began to cry. Just then, a little man appeared. "Please don't cry," he said. "I can help you spin straw into gold." "I don't think that will do me much good," said Cinderella. "I need a fancy dress, glass slippers, and a coach." Would you like to try to guess my name?" said the clever little man. Cinderella looked at him. "No, not really." "Come on, what do you think? You think it's Chester?" "If you don't have a dress, it doesn't really matter." "Oh, just guess my name, any name." "I'm not supposed to talk to strangers," said Cinderella. Then she closed the door and left the little man standing outside screaming, "Rumpelstiltskin! Rumpelstiltskin! Rumpelstiltskin!" When the stepmother and stepsisters got home from the ball, Cinderella told them about the strange little man. They still made her clean the house, and meaner still, they changed her name to Cinderella Stiltskin. The end.
I love these stories. Alright. The Tortoise and the Hare. Once upon a time, there was a tortoise who was very slow but very dependable. So I'll try to do like Ms. Bergman, but I'm not as good.
So here's the tortoise.
He would always get where he set out to go. It just took him a little longer than most people. One day, a rabbit saw a tortoise walking slowly, but surely, down the road and said, "Tortoise, you're so slow. I could probably grow hair faster than you can run." "Oh yeah?" said Tortoise slowly. "Yeah," said Rabbit. So they decided to race. On the day of the big race, Tortoise and Rabbit lined up at the starting line. Owl said, "On your mark, get set, grow!" Tortoise started to run. Rabbit started to grow his hair.
I wonder what's going to happen.
Tortoise ran. Rabbit grew his hair. 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 Tortoise is still running. Rabbit is still growing his hair. Not the end. They're still
Growing.
Yeah, it never stopped.
Oh.
I think that's the end. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Surprise
Okay.
ending.
All right, last but not least, the story that the book is named after, The Stinky Cheese Man. And Robert and I are going to read this one together. So do you want to read like a sentence and I'll read a sentence? Okay, all right, that's what we're going to do.
Once upon a time, there was a little old woman and a little old man who lived together in a little old house.
They were lonely.
So the little old lady decided to make a man out of stinky cheese.
She gave him a piece of bacon for a mouth and 2 olives for eyes and put him in the oven to cook. That doesn't seem like the best
No.
idea.
When she opened the oven to see if he was done, the smell knocked her back.
Phew, what is that terrible smell? She cried.
The stinky cheese man hopped out of the oven and ran out the door calling, "Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm a stinky cheese man."
The little old lady and the little old man sniffed the air. I'm not really very hungry, said the little old man.
"I'm not really all that lonely," said the little old lady.
So they didn't chase the stinky cheese man.
The stinky cheese man ran and ran until he met a cow eating grass in the field.
Wow, what's that awful smell? Said the cow.
The stinky cheese man said, "I've run away from a little old lady and a little old man, and I can run away from you too, I can. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the stinky cheese man."
The cow gave another sniff and said, I'll bet you could give someone 2 or 3 stomach aches. I think I'll just eat weeds.
So the cow didn't chase the stinky cheese man either.
The stinky cheese man ran and ran until he met some kids playing outside school.
"Gross," said a little girl. "What's that nasty smell?"
I've run away from a little old lady and a little old man and a cow, and I can run away from you too, I can. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the stinky cheese man.
A little boy looked up, sniffed the air, and said, "If we catch him, our teacher will probably make us eat him. Let's get out of here."
So the kids didn't chase the stinky cheese man either.
By and by, the stinky cheese man came to a river with no bridge.
How will I ever cross the river? It's too big to jump, and if I try to swim across, I'll probably fall apart, said you-know-who.
Just then, the sly fox, who shows up in a lot of stories like these, poked his head out of the bushes.
Why, just hop on my back and I'll carry you across, Stinky Cheese Man.
How do I know you won't eat me?
Trust me, said the fox.
So the stinky cheese man hopped on the fox's back.
The fox swam to the middle of the river and said, Oh man, what's that funky smell?
The fox coughed, gagged, and sneezed, and the stinky cheese man flew off his back and into the river where he fell apart.
The end.
Poor stinky cheese man.
So there's a lot of fairly other silly tales in this book as well. So if you would like to read it, please make sure you check it out. You could probably look it up on YouTube. We are so excited that you read with us today. We hope that you completed this second day of the challenge, and we will see you soon. We love you, Stewart family. Stay safe.